Evo,
We back.
we back, baby. Man, my computer died. Had to get it shipped off to Apple, fixed it. Now we back in business, baby. Woo.
Ship that mud back to Jerusalem and everything.
Hey, you know them fools tried to get me to buy a new computer. Like, we'll give you $200. Man, I smack you. I paid so much money for this MacBook.
Just to buy what $200 gonna do for $1,000 computer,
And
bro?
you know the crazy thing is, I pay for Apple Care. I'm like, yeah, I'll just do the free
Yeah,
repair. Like, what you talking about?
exactly.
But yeah, man, we got the Bulls last night. Josh Giddey, he looked really, really good in a loss to the New York Knicks last night. The Bulls had a chance to sweep them, but they didn't get it done. And then the Cubs, they started spring training yesterday versus the Japanese LA Dodgers because you know they got half of the
Nah, for real.
Japanese best players on their squad. And then we touch on the other teams, of course, right after the intro. All right, what's the word, Chicago sports fans? Welcome to another episode of Chi-Town Sports Central. We are back in the building. It's your boy Big Kev with Steve-O Speaks in the building. I hope you guys are doing well. It's been freezing cold this week, and I don't know, man. I feel a little something coming on. Hopefully, I don't catch that you did that everybody else had over the last 2-3 weeks.
I hope not, bro. Because I,
I do.
I I just got over it. I've been taking pills and vitamins. I feel like the Flintstones.
You feel? Hey, the Flintstone kids vitamins had us prepared for life. Them and the water hose,
Water
boy,
hose, yep.
that right there saved us from a lot
Hey,
of
I
issues.
feel like a lot of these kids need to drink some water hole water. I need to probably go out there, build up, get some rust in my system.
Oh my mama, man. But last night, man, look, Chicago Bulls are gonna lose a lot of games. We already know this. Getting rid of, pretty much Caruso, DeRozan, and Levine within the last 6 months do that to you. But last night, man, the rest of the season, Steve-O, is about seeing how the young players develop. We know that Josh Giddey is looking to attempt to procure a $30 million per year contract or somewhere along those lines. We know that we want to see how Montes Bazelis develops. We want to see what's going to happen with Kobe White, Vooch. Those guys are probably going to be traded in the off season, especially Kobe White, bro. He hasn't looked good all season. But yeah, I like what I saw from Josh Giddey last night, bro. Like he was out there doing everything, surprisingly enough, without the assist though. Like he didn't do the assist, but he did everything else. He finished the game with 30 in 34 minutes. He had 16 rebounds and 27 points to go along with 4 assists. I mean, something like that is you just can't overlook. There were times where the Bulls gave up 2 offensive rebounds to the Knicks, and Josh Giddey said, "I forget it. Let me go get this
I'm
rebound."
going to get this motherfucker. Yep.
As a guard, man, that's what you like to see. And moving forward, like, what are your expectations for Giddey going forward for the rest of the season?
Um, like as you said, I feel like towards the end of this year, that's how we gotta approach this team. It's not wins or losses. It's not how we look. It's basically who we bringing back. Who's somebody we could see potentially being part of a core that we potentially make down the line. And I think Josh Giddey is one of those people you got to consider because I mean, not to say like he's had an up and down year. That's true. That's what usually happens for a lot of young players. But the difference is, I think his ceiling and his upside is so high. And then with the getting Lonzo back and re-signing him is probably going to help him even further along because he's bigger than Lonzo, and he plays similar to Lonzo. So to have like an on ball coach, a player that he can relate to and teach him a lot of things, I think that can do a lot of things for him in his career. With him only being in his third year, he's very young. I think he's only 23 or 24 years old. So him being 6'8", 215, this is not his first time getting a double double or a triple double. He's that type of player. This is somebody that we trying to see if there's somebody we want to bring back. And if he's able to continue to have similar type games like this, he's a shoe in to get that money that he wants and possibly be a part of the core that we are trying to make in the near future.
Yeah, you're right. He's 22 years old. So that's something that's big. That's why they picked him up because they figure it was basically like drafting a player. That's kind of the approach that
Essentially.
AK and them took. He's averaging 12 and a half points on 45% from the field, 35% from three, which is like better than what we thought he would do. And then
Way
he had
better.
about 7.3 rebounds and 6.3 assists, and he averaging a steal per game as well. At the end of the day, um, if I said this last night over on the broadcast, if you pay Patrick Williams, I can't see why you don't
Can't
pay
pay him.
Josh Giddey. And Patrick Williams is going to be on the bench, especially when he gets back healthy. He'll still be coming from off the bench. You're paying him starter money to come off the bench, which at the end of the day, it's like, okay, well, we got to live with it. Now, what I do wish from last night's game is that we saw more from Matis, because these are the types of like right now we're at the point where the Bulls are going to lose a lot, right? So
Yeah.
I want to see the young players be the ones to step up, even in losses. I wish it was Matis and Giddey that stepped up last night, as opposed to Matis and Vooch to a certain extent. Vooch kind of sucked in the second half, but he did put up 21 points, 10 rebounds. He gave you his double-double, but
But
it took
yeah,
21 shots to do it. So I would much rather see Matis out there getting that type of burn, those types of reps.
I don't know. I just don't understand. I don't get. He finished the game with 24 minutes. That's more minutes than that's lesser minutes than so. That's almost twice as much as what Kobe got. At the end of the day,
He only took 5 shots though, right? 5, 6,
he only took 8 shots.
8 shots, and he made what, 2?
2, yeah.
So he got
Yeah,
to,
he had a
hey,
3 and a layup, I think. Yeah.
he got to make the best of his opportunities. Like I'd rather see him go 5 for 8 than 2 for 8. That's
I
just
feel
me.
you. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, don't get. It's not a good game at any stretch of the word, but I just started. I'm to me, any other rookie in his position on any other team is getting that burn. And they know they're getting that burn, and they know they got the opportunity to go out there and make mistakes. I feel like he feels like I can't go out there and make a mistake because I'm just getting my ass yanked. And that's usually what happens. As soon as he makes a mistake or two, Billy pills him. And even then, we've seen him put us in positions to get back into games or put us back in the game. He's still getting yanked. I think you're going to get an inconsistent Montes Buzelis because Billy is playing them very inconsistently. And with that being said, his mind is just frazzled because it's like, bro, I know what I'm capable of. I know what I'm telling the media. I know what I can do. But how am I going to do it when don't know when I'm going to get yanked? I don't know. It's just a lot of uncertainty when he's coming to the Bulls arena when as a rookie. It should be, you know what your role is, you know what you're bringing in. It's something completely different every game.
Yeah. I mean, we saw him right after the Zach trade go out there and make all his shots and shine. He went to the All-Star game and flop. But at the end of the day, going toward the rest of the season, man, he needs to make the best of his opportunities, even if it's inconsistent. Go out there and do the job that whatever it is they're asking you to do. I'm kind of disappointed in Kobe and Ayo though, man. Both of them.
Ayo got more minutes than him, and Ayo. That's what I wanted to talk about. Ayo, I was expecting more of a step this year
Mm-hmm.
because he has the physical capabilities to whereas not most, like if he just plays aggressively, I don't think there's many people that can stay in front of him. He don't need a deep enough bag because he's more of an athletic player than we give him credit. For him to be going out there being 5 points, 5 rebounds, shooting the ball 8 times, and you're playing 28 minutes, no. You can't sit here and play 28 minutes and only get 8 shots up.
And he missed some big shots, some momentum shots as well. Shots that the Bulls needed to take the lead, force a timeout, stuff like that. So, but it was still an overall good game. First good game that we've seen in a while from the Chicago Bulls. Like they've played 3 strong quarters and faltered in the fourth quarter the last couple of games. So last night we got to see a complete game that just came up short. And frankly, the Bulls need to lose games. I know
Yeah.
players don't want to see them tank, so to speak. But if we're gonna have a proper rebuild, they're gonna have to have a higher draft pick to do so, man, to add to this core. And of course, like I said, I see Kobe being traded and Bruce being traded in this
Yeah,
offseason.
I was a real fighter for Kobe for a long time. But it's just coming to a point where you are who you are. And is almost like I don't know, it felt like he's regressed. Like to me,
He
you
has,
can't
but I think it's because it's like the 4th or 5th year that his role has changed, and now he's just
yeah.
haywire. But y'all already know what it is, man. We're gonna move to the next topic. Y'all already know. Hit up the Chicago Bulls Central for any news, updates, and analysis with Big Hayes over there holding it down. Spring training is upon us. I know it's cold as hell in the Chicago area right now, but hey, believe it or not, we had baseball yesterday when the Chicago Cubs in Mesa, Arizona, the Cactus League took on the world champion Japanese Los Angeles Dodgers, in which they won 12-4. Now I know it's spring training. I think Steve, I think like 60 players played yesterday. That's how spring
Yeah,
training go, especially in the first game.
I'm
But
just looking at the hitters. I think it's over 20.
that's crazy. Yeah, between both teams, I think about 60 players played. It was like almost 20 pitchers. So it was a fun game to watch just for the purpose of watching baseball. Um,
18 hitters.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
So it was good though to see baseball back. The Cubs did touch Yamamoto. Yamamoto got the start. They got a couple of hits off of him, but no runs. You got David Bodie over there on the Dodgers now. He played for the Cubs the last few seasons. He had a pretty good game. The Chicago Cubs basically didn't have any of their starters out there from pitching to defense to batters or whatever. But it was they laid the wood. Like they put up 12 runs against the Dodgers. I don't care if it's spring training or not. It's always good to see the Dodgers lose because they've become public enemy villain number one in all of baseball just based on how they sign these
They
players,
just took over, bro.
defer they defer
It's,
their payments. It's crazy.
it's crazy how they did literally took over the Giants. I mean, not the Giants. The I'm thinking
Yankees.
of the Yankees.
Yeah.
The Yankees was literally the people that was gonna pay that money, dominate. They, hey, it just shows you like when you learn from somebody. Hey, they took it over, and then of course LA has a big reason why. Like it's LA. Everybody wants to go there. LA Dodgers is a storied franchise. So it's just crazy how they flipped it on this axis like that because it was almost for decades. It was for the Yankees to lose, and now it's
Yeah.
just the Dodgers.
Hey, LA versus New York. They had the World Series. But again, they're using that Japanese pipeline to propel themselves into
Shit
a
like
different
France.
stratosphere.
Shit like France in the NBA.
Yeah, man. But at least they're being spread out. Everybody
Yeah,
going to the Dodgers. I mean, the Cubs got
one of them.
no, we
Yeah.
got two. We got Suzuki, and then what's his name? The pitcher that was really well
Oh, I forgot about
yesterday.
the picture.
Yeah,
He the
last year.
rookie, right?
Well, he was a rookie last year,
Yeah.
but he's good now. So he's
Yeah.
going into his second year. So the Cubs are going to Shota Imanaga, that's his name.
Shote, yeah.
But the Cubs are they're going to be good this year, Steve-O, and they're probably going to make the playoffs, especially if
At
they
least
stay
one
healthy.
baseball team will.
Especially if they stay healthy. So listen, head of Chicago Cubs, since my boy Mike is holding it down over there. Cubs did their thing yesterday. They play again today. They're playing early before the rest of the league because they got to go over to Japan to start the season. So they're going to start the season in Japan versus the Dodgers, and then we'll see how they really truly look. Maybe they'll get some starters out there, some true starters out there today in Game 2 over in the Cactus League. But hit up
Actually,
Chicago
they got
Cubs
a
Central
they play Dodgers today. It's
and the White Sox
2:05,
Saturday.
and the White Sox at the same time.
Yeah, White Sox
And
Saturday.
Sunday,
Yeah.
same time against the Rangers.
Yeah, it's gonna be the White Sox, but it's the Cactus League, so everybody already out there in Arizona. But the White Sox will be doing their first spring training versus the Cubs on Saturday. If I don't got to work, I'll try to do some pregame, postgame action, but I probably have to work, so I'll most likely have something up on Sunday morning talking about the Chicago White Sox. So if you guys aren't
You see
following
how
Chicago,
painful with his eyes he looked while saying that.
uh, Chicago White Sox Central, a brand new channel that we just started this year to separate the Cubs and the White Sox channels. So yeah, the content is going to ratchet up now. We got spring training. We're still trying to figure out what's going to happen with Luis Roberts Jr. I say the White Sox should keep him, Steve-O. Frankly, at least keep him to see how he looks to start the season to try to increase his value toward possibly being traded in the summer.
Um, I'm kind of mixed up with it. It's like if we keep him, I ain't gonna be mad. If they go get rid of him, I'm not gonna be mad.
I get it. I get it. But yeah, the White Sox should be better this year, Steve-O. I think they're not gonna lose 100 games. They might lose 100, but I think they're gonna lose somewhere in the 92 to 95 range. Uh, they're just gonna be better, and people are gonna underestimate them. Just think about this, Steve-O. They blew 37 saves last year. Those are saves, not games where it's like they went into the sixth inning and seventh inning and gave up leads.
Saves.
Saves, opportunities to win games. That's 37. And they lost 121 games. So that's a big difference. And they blew 56 leads that they
Yeah,
had. So like you're talking about a lot of opportunity here for these new players to go out there and do their jobs. And if they do their jobs, if they come in with a true chip on their shoulders, the Chicago White Sox can find themselves in a situation, not necessarily that they'll make the playoffs, but that other teams will have to respect them when they play them.
Literally, because that's what you just said, 30 and 50. That's
Yeah.
what, 80
Yeah, but
almost 90
there's
games you could have won.
There's some overlap there because blown saves and blown leads are similar. So there's some overlap, but you're talking about at least 40 games, 50 games where they had opportunities to win that they didn't.
Shit, you said 50, that's at least 60.
Well, no, because 56 blown leads and 37 blown saves. The blown saves is a part of the blown leads. If that,
Oh, got you.
you get what I'm saying? So yeah.
So yeah, about like 50 games.
Yeah, so they had opportunities, even as bad as they were last season. They had opportunities. They just didn't know how to close out games. But yeah, head on over to Chicago White Sox Central for any news, updates, and analysis there. And we will be hopefully able to do something Saturday if I don't have to work. But I'll definitely jump on Sunday morning and put something out. All right, man. Chicago Bears. Steve-O, guess who's going to be the cover athlete for the next Madden?
Ain't it? It's an old player, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why.
It's a
Moss
Chicago
is
Bear player.
What is it? Fucking Sweetness?
Devin Hester.
What?
Devin Hester is going to be the cover athlete for the next iteration of Madden, and honestly, that's a good thing because it's not going to be a Madden curse. He can't get injured on the field, so that's going to be fun to see, man. I'm definitely going to buy that Madden. I don't usually buy Madden. I'm definitely buying that one.
I did not know that.
Yep, Devin Hester is going to be the cover athlete for Madden 26. It's going to be fun, and I'm sure he's going to be in the game at 99 speed.
No,
100 speed.
He was the first. He was the first and only player with 100 speed.
That is insane, bro. That is insane.
Yeah, I'm buying that just for the poster. Not even gonna lie to you.
Yes, sir. But now we've put out pretty much all of the mock drafts over there on Chicago Bears. So I think Hayes still got to put his out, but mine is out. Big Kev's, Steve-O's, C-Dubs, and Bobby's. All of our mock drafts are out. So if you guys missed those, just head on over to Chicago Bears Central. But to shift gears a little bit, Steve-O, I've been checking out Bleacher Nation, and they have the top 5 free agents that the Chicago Bears should pursue. And we already know who the number 1 is, Trey Smith out of Kansas City. You know, everybody wants him. He's a guard that has, been pretty solid for his entire career.
25.
Yeah, 25 years old. Definitely protects pretty well. But then you're hearing edge rushers. Like some people want to trade for my man over in Cleveland, but you can also pick up Josh Sweat from the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, Josh Sweat.
The Sweat brothers.
The Sweat connection is a possibility. Like you said, Myles Garrett. There's also even been Max Crosby has been mentioned as somebody we might be interested in. Now when it comes down to it, when it comes to Myles, it's like whatever we have to give up. Like I know it's gonna be a lot, but when it comes down to it, if we was to get it, I'm gonna be a little bit at it. But at the end of the day, you're getting a Hall of Fame edge, so I'm not too mad of it. Now, when it comes to Sweat and Crosby, I'm leaning more towards Sweat. But my thing is, I just need Ben Pose to really evaluate it.
Yeah,
like I don't need somebody that's like. I need somebody that's a game worker on that other side because
he's a little bit older, 28
27 or 28, yeah.
And he's going to be making close to $20 million a year. So if you invest like that, you got to make sure you hit a home run.
Yeah.
On that side. Now, and of course, the offensive line is still something else. I had this in my mock draft, the Chicago Bears drafting the center out of Texas. You had him too, right?
I think I had the center out of Ohio State, Donovan.
Okay, I had the center out of Texas. But they could also go through free agency with Drew Dahlman from the Atlanta Falcons.
Which I would prefer. I would prefer we go get a safe. I'm not a fan of young linemen, especially young centers, because they're the captain of the line. They need to have the most knowledge. they need to be the most connected with the quarterback. This, that, and the third. So I'm a Drew Dalman type of guy. I'm not.
Yeah, with Drew Dahlman, he definitely is a great run blocker, and we know that Ben Johnson likes to do a lot of outside zone, but he got some work to do in pass blocking, and that's what the Bears need. They need a center that's going to be able to help protect, considering how many how many sacks they gave up last year.
Yeah, but trade next to him, that help him for sure.
Absolutely. And then you got Levi Onwuzurike out of Detroit, inside defensive. Uh, he's from Detroit, and you know that Ben Johnson want to get a couple more people from over there. So he's a defensive player that's available that they can add. And then last you got Kevin Zeitler, a guard out of Detroit as well. So it looks like the Bears. I mean, he'll be 35 though, so I wouldn't want to go get a 35-year-old myself. But he was solid with Detroit though.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. I think if we was to get the Kevin Zeichler, that's more of a we're definitely drafting a guard another guard that he's going to be teaching and helping along the way. But I doubt we get him. And according to Levi, 26 years old, went to a decadent high school. If everybody know about Allen football, you should know they one of those. Came out of Washington, all pro, all team, all pack. But he not a game changer. And to me, at the position, we got two D tackles that's better than him. So I'm good. Even with Nate Billings coming back, not after the surgery, still think he better. So
Yeah. So the Bears got a lot of options, and I'm glad that a few years back they changed free agency to before the draft because it'll help us get a better understanding of what the Bears are going to do in the draft. So y'all already know what to do, man. Head on over to Chicago Bears Central for any news, updates, and analysis, and you'll see Steve and myself over there more often during the off season as we do breakdowns, mock drafts, so on and so forth. So yeah, it's a good time to be a Bears fan because we're not watching them lose every single week. All right. Now moving on to the Chicago Blackhawks, we saw that the USA lost last night.
Pissed me off.
Yeah, man, in the final of the doggone Four Nations All-Star situation to Canada. But it was fun. The NHL got it right with their All-Star approach. Let's just be honest about that. They got it right.
100%.
And I enjoyed it. And the NBA could take some notes if they really want to change some things about the All-Star game. They could do that same USA versus the world approach as well. I'm sure people will watch that. That'll be fun to see.
Or the
one-on-one tournament.
West or East.
Yeah, East versus West, and then toss a one-on-one tournament in there. You go and then bring some street dunkers into the dunk contest. If you can bring Matt McClung, you can resurrect him every single year to have him do it. Bring some dudes from the Team Flight Brothers and such to dunk in the dunk contest. But as far as the NHL is concerned, the Blackhawks are back in action tomorrow versus the Blue Jackets as they start the second half of their season. So we know the Blackhawks they're bad right now. That's just the reality of it.
They are the Bulls.
Yeah, they're really bad. And but you're gonna get nice analysis over on the Chicago Blackhawks Central channel. So go ahead and follow, like, share, get ready to be a part of something as they develop a new squad, a new core, and get back to respectability. And of course, finally, the Chicago Sky, Steve-O. Just not much really going on.
It's quiet.
Yeah.
Free agency pretty much over with. Everybody's on their respective team. Unrivaled who's doing unrivaled things. Athlete Unlimited is going off. So yeah, we just for right now we really just paying attention to women's college. Paying attention of who's falling, who's going up the draft, the mock drafts and such. As you know, we still want Olivia Miles, but every time she play, I just feel like, bro, she outplaying Paige every other day. So yeah, like that's really what we paying attention to. Angel doing her thing, had a very good game over the weekend, unrivaled 15-15 with a win. So well, we cool.
Yeah, it's not too bad, man. I think Angels that experience should translate over to the WNBA, but I still see she got work to do. She got to learn how to finish. And I heard Lisa Leslie say she's gonna work with her on finishing.
I ain't gonna lie, that last game I'm starting to see it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to see she's starting to just hook up. She not really trying to do the little role, and she not trying to bring her from her race. Now she's
Right.
still doing it out of habit, but once she break that habit, which I think Lisa is gonna help her do, there ain't gonna be too many low lights to be shown.
And listen, man, all these dudes hating on Angel Reese. Like she said something about she plans on being a billionaire.
Hey,
And
even Kevin Love, I'm like, really, dude?
right. It's like, why would it bother you that a young woman aspires to make $1 billion? You should be
And
encouraging that, clapping in that, helping her being like, why is that a problem, bro?
and she making more money than you at this age than you was.
Yeah, it's
So she
frustrating.
she she's definitely has the potential to do it.
Right.
Ain't
And
nobody trying to see Kevin Love on no damn magazine.
or no cereal boxes or no commercials. Like it's like people look at the basketball aspect of it and just stop there. When the reality is, Angel Reese, from a marketing standpoint, she can she can definitely get to wherever she wants to get. If that's $1 billion, she can get to $1 billion. If Angel Reese decides to release a makeup brand right now, she'll make a lot of money.
Buku
So
money.
like let's stop with the whole let's just look at how good or bad she is on the basketball court and expect that to be the only thing that translates for her in terms of monetary compensation, because she's going to be fine. And at the end of the day, she's a young lady. She's 20, 21, 22 years old, and she got dreams. Why would you try to poo-poo all over that as though
Dang.
like just hating for no reason? And then you start
Like y'all not doing the same thing. Y'all respect the fields.
right,
Like
like stop
say
it.
Gilgis Alexander always dressing up, always showing out his brands, always pulling up in a car. But ain't nobody question his game. He wasn't always an MVP player.
But he's always been really good. I'm not
He's
gonna
always been really good, but he wasn't
yeah.
always an MVP player. And he was
Yeah,
always this person.
that's
So
true.
nobody was talking about that up until this point.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But all right, man, that's it. We are back in action. We will be back on Monday to discuss the weekend action that's taking place here in Chicago sports. We appreciate you guys for rocking with us. And of course, don't forget to pray. Stay warm out
Drink
there.
some water.
Drink some water and drink some tea, man. Drink a hot toddy. If you feel a little scratch in your
Nah, for
throat,
real.
drink a hot toddy. Steve O, you got anything else for the game?
Nah.
All right, we're gonna holler at y'all next time. Peace.